Chapter-25. The Greatness of Rudraksha Ways of Shiva Worship, Their Results. I asked Dharma Gupta to grace me by telling how to do worship of Shiva and in what method. Sri Dharma Gupta said, Sir, Shankar Bhatt. The first method is doing Siva Panchakshari through japa and anushthana. The second method is through Mahanyasa. The third one is by doing Rudra Abhishekam. The 5 letters in the Panchakshari represent the Panchabhutas. Jiva is called Pashuvu because he is in the bonds, pashas like passion, etc. The one who gives the liberation from the bonds to Pasuvu is Pashupati. Siva Panchakshari is described as the star having 5 angles. In the mantras of these 5 angles, the mantras that give liberation are one type and those that give wealth and fame are the second type. In the 5 upacharas or the services, chandan, gandham is used for bhutatvam, coconut water for jalatatvam, deeparadhana for agnitatvam, sambrani dhupam which gives a good fragrance for vayutatvam, and ganthanadam, ringing bell for akashatatvam. The 5 letters in Panchakshari, the 5 tattvas, give darshan in 5 colors to those who do sadhana. Number 1. The glow like a white pearl or mercury. Number 2. The red light similar to padagam. Number 3. Golden yellow color. Number 4. The all-pervading blue color like blue sky. And the number 5. Pure white light. The glow of 5-colored jyoti was mentioned as Sandhyopasana by Rishishwaras. The main types of sadhana are yantram, mantram, panchatattva sadhana, yoga sadhana, and surrender to Atma. With this, the thinking that Dehatma, body is Atma, will perish, and one feels that Jiva's body is the temple and the Jiva who glows in it is Shivatma. Thus he attains liberation. To get this state, japa of Panchakshari, Shivaradhana with Mahanyasam and Rudra Abhisheka's help. Vishnu is fond of sripadarajam, chanting of his 1000 names. Ganapati is fond of modakas. Sun is fond of prostrations. Chandra or the moon is fond of water offerings. Agni or the fire is fond of havis. Shiva will be pleased with Abhishekam. Previously, when Pralayam came in one kalpam, Brahma filled the seeds of all Jivarashis, trees and medicinal plants in the kalasham for future creation. In that, he poured Amrit and the water from all seas and rivers. With Gayatri Mantra, he invoked his Prana Shakti into it. This is called Purna Kumbham. Maharshis anointed earth with Amrit from this Purna Kumbham in a continuous stream. This Kalashabhishekam happened at Kailasagiri, so it became the place of Amrit. On the full moon day in the month of Shravan, the ice lingam forms naturally in the cave of Amarnath. With mere darshan of that lingam, all sins will perish. The birth of Vashishta and Agastya. When that Purna Kumbham was kept upside down, 2 great munis manifested. The first one manifested with white glow. He is Vashishta. The second one, Agastya, was born with blue glow. Both were born with the amshas of God Mitra and Varuna. One should do Rudra Abhishekam 11 times with the consecrated water in Purna Kumbham. Then Parameshwara, who is the form of Ekadasha Rudras, will give the power of merit of Ekadashi Tithi. One should learn that Shiva and Keshava are not different as there is a close relation between Ekadasha Rudras and the Ekadashi Tithi related Vaishnavas. If Ekadasha Rudra Abhishekam is done with Namakam and Chamakam, the detrimental effects like premature deaths will be destroyed. The supporting murti of Somalata is Moon. He will shower the basic power for giving life again. This Chandrakala will be glowing in Yogi's head in the middle of forehead, above the eyebrows, in front of Sahasraram. Description of different forms of Ishwar. For this reason, it is said that Shiva has Chandrakala on the head. In the Somanath Kshetram, in Gujarat, the Shiva Lingam is made of Chandrakanta Shila. On its head, there is a spatika or a crystal lingam in which a white moon crescent will be glowing. The Shastras say that without getting Rudra Tattvam himself, one should not do Rudra Abhishekam. Time or kalam engulfs everything. So, the person doing Abhishekam should become a Kalatmaka and invoke Yagnaswarupa into his body with Mahanyasam and then do Rudra Abhishekam. In the method of Mahanyasa Rudra Abhishekam, as described by Bodhayana Maharshi, there are 5 Murtis of Shiva. They are Tatpurusha, Aghora, Sadyojata, Vamadeva and Ishana. The Tatpurusha Murti will be in the form of Vidyut Varna, like Pralaya Agni. Aghora Murti will be in blue color, that is, black honeybee blue color. Sadyojata Murti is in white color like moon. Vamadeva Murti is in Gaura Varna. Ishana Murti is Tejo Murti, so he is in Akasha Varna. Rudras are said to be in thousands of thousands in number. That means the gods said to be Rudra Ganas are there, 3 for each Gana. Thus, for 11 Rudra Murtis, there are 33 crore of Rudra Ganas. They surround the earth, sky, cosmos, water, air, Sharira or the body, Prana and mind. That is what Veda says. People who worship and remember Shripada will get the grace of 33 crore Rudra Ganas. The Prabhu, Lord for the 33 crore Rudra Ganas, is Ganapati. Sripada Srivallabha was born on Ganesh Chaturthi day to indicate the Ganapati Tattvam in him. So people who remember Sripada will be able to get the grace of 33 crore Rudra Ganas. Description of Rudrakshas. Wearing Rudrakshas is compulsory for Shiva devotees. Among them, there are Brahmajati, Kshatriya Jati, Vaishya Jati, Shudra Jati Rudrakshas. The white Rudrakshas belong to Brahmajati. It is very difficult to get them. Red and honey-colored Rudrakshas belong to Kshatriya Jati. The Rudrakshas in the color of tamarind seed belong to Vaishya Jati. Black Rudrakshas belong to Shudra Jati. Commonly, one gets Rudrakshas with 5 to 16 faces in plenty. If Rudrakshas are put in milk or water, they sink. The Rudrakshas not having weight or tender Rudrakshas should not be worn. If Rudraksha is kept under copper, Uddarini, and if a copper Panchapatra is kept underneath, they revolve in a clockwise fashion. They cause poverty. So householders or Grihastu should not use them. If they use, death of wife, breakdown of family and sannyasa yogam will occur. Such things can be used by sannyasis. Kalagni Rudra said, Brahmins should use white Rudrakshas, Kshatriyas should use red-colored Rudrakshas, Vaishyas should use light yellow-colored Rudrakshas and Shudras should use black Rudrakshas. Then they will get good favorable results, sins get destroyed and all desires will be fulfilled. Ekamukhi, one-faced Rudraksha is the Shiva's form. Two-faced Dvimukhi Rudraksha is Ardhanarishwara's form. Trimukhi, three-faced Rudraksha is the Agni form. Chaturmukhi, four-faced Rudraksha is Brahma's form. Panchamukhi or the five-faced Rudraksha is Kalagni Rudra's form. Shanmukhi, six-faced Rudraksha is Kartikeya's form. Saptamukhi, seven-faced Rudraksha is Manmatha's form. Ashtamukhi, eight-faced Rudraksha is Rudra Bhairava's form. Navamukhi Rudraksha, nine-faced is Kapila Muni's form. It is very difficult to get this. It contains 9 Shaktis: Vidya Shakti, Gnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Shanta Shakti, Vama Shakti, Jeshta Shakti, Raudra Shakti, Anga Shakti and Pashyanti. So, the Navamukhi Rudraksha is Dharma Devata's form. Dashamukhi or the 10-faced Rudraksha is Vishnu's form. Ekadasha or the 11-faced Rudraksha is indeed Rudramsha form. Dvadashamukhi or the 12-faced Rudraksha is the form of Dvadasha Adityas. In this way, there is a close relation between Rudrakshas and different forms of gods. Sripada has incorporated into his Chaitanyam the tattva or the philosophy of Ganeshwara, who is the lord of all pravritti and nivritti ganas. So he is the divine form of 33 crores of gods combined. Moreover, without his will, not even one atom or subatom will be able to move. He is the Karanarupam, cause and the source of all movements. He is the cause of all causes. If he is thought of as Shiva form, he will appear as Vishnu. He will appear as Shiva if thought of as Vishnu. If we reduce our tendencies of argument and surrender to him, he will show his real form. Thus he told me different types of Shiva worship, things related to Rudrakshas and many other things, and said that he would also come with me to Kurungadda to have darshan of Sripada with an intention to fulfill his life. We both came to Kurungadda and had darshan of Sripada Srivallabha, Guru Sarvabhauma. He opened his eyes from Yoga Nidra and said, "Oh, what discussions, what discussions! There is a person called Sripada. He is Shiva Swarupa. Am I Sripada or Sripada had come as I? Who am I really? Sir Dharma Gupta, please explain a little." Dharma Gupta told Sripada, "Swami, when I started for Sri Mahaguru's darshan from Pithapuram, my brother-in-law Venkatapaya Shrishti told me, don't fall into Ajnana by arguing with Sripada. Merely surrender to him and receive his grace. So I will only keep quiet to all your questions. When Vedas also kept quiet, unable to explain your philosophy, who am I to attempt? What is my knowledge?" Sripada was pleased. He told me and Dharmagupta to pay obeisance to his feet. Immediately after touching his feet, we lost consciousness and stayed in dhyana for a long time. It was becoming evening sandhya. Sripada told us to start from Kurungadda and go to the other side of Krishna. We did that. Myself and Dharmagupta spent time in the night with narrations of Sripada's divine Leelas. It cannot be said that his Leelas will be like this or that. We lay down to sleep. We heard a sweet voice from somewhere. Some yogis were chanting the name Sripada Srivallabha digambara. Victory to Sripada Srivallabha, sripadarajam saranam prapadhye.